And honestly, this channel is a big step for me. This isn't about being perfect or having everything figured out. It's about being real. I wanted to start something new and different that can possibly help others, to let you know you're not alone. Through my journaling, I talk about struggles, my healing, and the things I've gone through while having the guidance I truly believe in, and that's God. I realized these messages aren't just for me, so I decided to share them. On this channel, I'm going to be opening up my journal and talking about real situations I faced, the lessons, advice, and direction I received from God to get through them and keep going. Some of the stories are personal, some are hard, but all of them are meant to help uplift and remind you that you're not alone. If you ever felt lost, confused, or like you're trying to figure life out, this space is for you. We're gonna grow together, heal together, trust that everything we're going through has a purpose. So if this speaks to you, subscribe and be part of my journey with me. My series is called Dear Diary, Dear God. I will be reading pages out of my journal, talking about real situations that happened to me that I feel that God was present for and protected me and helped me get through them just to survive. First, I'll start saying that I'm a single mom. I have 3 beautiful girls. My oldest daughter is 22. My second child is 12. And my youngest is 10 years old. My youngest daughter has autism, so she requires a lot of extra care, and it's been tough. Everything hasn't been easy. It's been a struggle. I live in a town that a lot of people would call rough. I lived in this town my whole life. I've always tried to make friends, to fit in, to be me. And my main priority is taking care of my girls, making sure they have everything they need. And I kind of abandoned myself. I let myself go to different situations that I've been through. And I want to change that. God has always given me the strength to keep going. And I want to try something different. I want to go down a different road, a different path. And I feel like this is helping me get through everything that I need to get through to get me onto that path. God told me to do this, so I'm following the word of the Lord. Here's my background story. My mom and dad were divorced when I was about 6 years old. I have 2 older sisters. There is a age gap between us, so my oldest sister is 10 years older than me, and the second to oldest is 7 years older than me. I've always felt alone, like I had no one to talk to, and that has a lot to do with how I was raised. Since my mom raised me, she was very strict. I wasn't allowed to have friends, wasn't even allowed to go on school field trips. No friends, couldn't go outside. So I felt very isolated, and I believe that affected me as well. So I feel like I've always been a loner. I struggle to have friends. I'm always worried, oh, am I doing the wrong thing? Or I shouldn't be doing this. And I turn to God. I've always turned to God. I've always talked to God. I've always prayed to God for God's help, for God to lead me to the right path, to help me get through things, to be with me, to do the right things, to be a better person. And God hears me, and God's always redirecting me to the right people, to the right path. And I believe that with all my heart. So this journal that I'm writing in, these passages, talks about my life, my experiences, some trauma that I've had, some deep, deep feelings that I've held in, but I want to release them now. I hope and pray that this is well received because it's coming from the goodness of my heart. I'm going to be totally honest, and I'm going to read all my journal entries. And I hope that these journal entries will help others. Maybe someone else is going through what I've went through, and maybe they can help you or clear your mind or turn to God, reach out, talk to someone, help you get through the tough things that life throws in your way. My first journal entry is going to talk about one of my youngest memories, one of the saddest things that I ever experienced at such a young age. This is very, very painful for me to talk about, but I'm going to share it. The memory starts when I was 6 years old and my mom and dad divorced and split up, and how difficult it was for me at such a young age to go through something like this. It felt like my life was over. My family was splitting apart in all different ways, and it was very hard. Kind of like you're picking sides, but not really. And how I went through it, how I got through it, the good, the bad, and everything in between. This is my first memory and my first entry in my journal. This is my journal. It was the summer of 1989. Dear Diary, dear God, today my heart feels really, really heavy. My mom and dad were yelling again, but this time it was about me. It felt like a tug of war. Mom had one hand and dad the other. They both wanted me. They both said they loved me the most, and I didn't know what to do. I just stood there and cried because I didn't want to choose. I love them both so much. But I had to pick. Well, my mom picked for me, and the decision was made. I was staying with her. I'll never forget the look on my dad's face. It made my chest hurt so bad. I wanted to run to him and hug him so bad. But I was being pulled away by my mom. I didn't want him to think I didn't love him anymore. God, I love him so much. Mom says I have to stay with her. She's very strict and doesn't like when I go against what she says. I know she loves me, but sometimes it feels so scary too. Like I have to be really good all the time. We are leaving our house soon. the house where I shared a room with my big sister, where we used to laugh and eat together and be a family. They are selling it. I walked through my room today and touched everything. My bed, my toys, the walls, because I'm scared I won't ever see it again. It doesn't feel real. We're going to a new place with Mom. I don't know what it will look like or how it will feel. I don't know if Dad will come visit me there. What if I don't see him again? That thought makes me cry the most. But God, when I cry really hard, I still feel that quiet, soft feeling inside, like someone is sitting with me, even when I'm alone. I know it's you. Maybe you were there for me when my mom made that choice. Maybe you saw how hard it was for me. Maybe you're saying I'll be there for Dad too, so he's not alone either. I don't understand why my family had to change like this. I don't understand why love hurts this much. But maybe you're teaching me how to be strong even when I feel so small. How to love people even when they're not right next to me. Maybe you are helping me grow into someone who understands broken hearts and knows how to help others heal. P.S. I'm still scared, but I know I'm not alone, because even if my house changes and my family looks different now, you'll never leave. I know you're holding my hand and walking beside me through all of this, even when I can't see you. In closing, now, if I could tell something to my younger self, it would be that you didn't lose one parent that day, only that the structure was changing. That moment would shape the way you love, the way you feel, and the strength you carry today. You were brave when things around you were falling apart. Love doesn't disappear just because life changes shape. You turned into someone who is deeply compassionate, someone who understands pain without needing it explained, someone who can sit with others in their broken moments and not turn away, someone who knows how to love deeply, because she learned early how fragile love can feel, but most importantly, she grew into someone who knows God.